Hello, my name is Melinda Bartholomew, and I'm going to be doing the digestive system and taking you through all of the entire process. Okay, so first we're going to start with, as I'm using the skeleton to demonstrate the different areas where the digestion takes place. Okay, so this is a cracker that my skeleton is eating, and it's going into the mouth. Now, the mouth is the first phase of our digestive system. Okay? The food enters the mouth and it begins the process of digestion, as we can see here. Okay? The next thing we have in the mouth is the saliva. The saliva breaks down the food and it goes through absorption throughout the body, and it takes place. The next process that we have here, if you can see below above the rib cage, is the pharynx. The pharynx is the area that's right up here, okay, where the food passes through and absorption is further taking place. As it goes through the pharynx, then the esophagus is the next area where the food enters. As the food is entering, it's being churned, and it's a small passageway in here that allows for the swallowing to occur and go down the esophagus. Okay? The esophagus extends, if you can imagine, into the area in here, which is the stomach. Okay? As it goes through the stomach, the food is passed into the stomach and it goes through a valve in this area. And the valve is like a stopgap that closes so that the food doesn't go back up into the pharynx. Okay? Acids and enzymes are breaking down in this area here. And food is now moving along and making a paste-like consistency within this area. Okay? The food then it goes into the small intestine. In the small intestine area that is here, we have what is called the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. And in these areas, enzymes that are along the pancreas, which sits over here to the left, is where the enzymes are broken down, and the bile passes from the pancreas from the liver, which is sitting on the other side directly. Okay? Here the food is broken down so that the fat that we eat from the food is digested. Okay? And it rids the body in the blood cells of the waste products. All right? Absorption of its nutrients is also moved into the bloodstream that's traveling throughout the entire body. Okay? The next organ that we have is the pancreas that sits on this side. Okay? In the pancreas, all of the proteins that we are absorbing is broken down, and the proteins are being used, and the fats and carbohydrates are then moved into and made into enzymes. All right? The next organ that's sitting over here is the liver. The liver this is where the food is made and secretes bile that goes into our blood supply. And it's in this organ is where it is cleansed. Okay? And as it's moving down the digestive tract into the small intestine, this is where the nutrients are being formed. Now, the gallbladder that sits on left side, okay, is where the bile is being stored. As the bile is being stored, all right, it's being disseminated, okay, throughout the gallbladder into what they call the cystic duct. As the duct moves down, the food then continues by a process of contractions. The muscle is contracting in and out. All right? As it's doing that, the food then moves into the colon. Okay, the colon, which is the large intestine, all right, connects into what they call the cecum, which is further down at the end of the large intestine. And we have the ascending colon, the transverse colon, that's across, and the descending colon, that is down, okay, and the sigmoid colon that sits underneath it. And these connect all to, we know as the rectum, which is in the back here, okay? As it's doing that, the waste is then moved into and made into what a contraction is called peristalsis, which allows the food then to be made into a liquid. The liquid then forms into a solid, and as the solid, then a stool is made. And the stool is now in the sigmoid colon, where it is released into the area back here where our rectum is. Okay? Although this is in this area is how then we have what is known as a bowel movement. As the descending colon becomes full with food, okay, it then signals the brain to release, so that we know that we then need to have a bowel movement. The brain then does the signaling, and it moves the digested food into the area back here. It's down here into the anus area. In the anal area, okay, is where the stool is then made into a liquid and a solid. All right, and here is where we control the sensation of a bowel movement, all right, through sphincters that's in the anal area. So we have an internal and an external sphincter. And the sphincter allows us then, the external sphincter allows us then to control when we, in fact, need to empty our bowels. Okay, this concludes my discussion on the digestive system. Thank you.